Sorry you got twisted up in this scene. From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
Hey everybody, Solo here. So today, I know I've been out for a while. There's just been a lot of stuff behind the scenes, and hopefully I can get a lot more content out soon, but this was really important and I just had to get this off my chest. Just something to talk about because, well, it's here. To put this in Star Wars terms, Palpatine has just played his hand. From Time magazine, the secret history of the shadow campaign that saved the 2020 election. It sounds extremely pretentious, and it really is. But before I get really deep in this article, there's actually one thing I highlighted that I want to show off. Right here, money shot. That's why the participants want this secret history of the 2020 election told. Even though it sounds like a paranoid fever dream, a well-funded cabal of powerful people ranging across industries and ideologies, working together from behind the scenes to influence perceptions, change the rules and laws, steer media coverage, and control the flow of information. They were not rigging the election, they were fortifying it. And they believe the public needs to understand the system's fragility in order to ensure democracy in America endures. That money shot alone just pretty much tells you everything you need to know. I'm going to go a bit more into detail about this because it gives names, and as it says, it sounds like a paranoid fever dream. There's really no way around it. Even I was having trouble trying to process everything that was going on because of how brazen it was with it. That being said, I'm just completely... Well, what I was going to say is, it's here. We said the election was stolen, and we have proof that the election was stolen. Right here, right now, they're confessing to them stealing the election. That being said, okay, let's get this off my PC. That being said, they actually give a name out, and it says, sometime in the fall of 2019, Mike Podhorser became convinced the election was set for disaster and was determined to protect it. I mean, this actually answers every question we had. Why were these states putting in mail-in ballots? Why Trump pushed mail-in ballots as far back as 2019, before the unspecified illness, specified origin came out. So this explains all of it. They knew that in a fair election, Joe Biden would not be president. I'm just going to put it like that. This is what the Time magazine says. Because as Time magazine says, they were not rigging the election. They were fortifying it. But there's something I want to compare this to that is kind of low-hanging fruit. But I like Star Wars. But at this point, who doesn't enjoy a good space opera? But to compare this to Star Wars, it's like if Palpatine just told the galaxy everything he did immediately after Order 66. Because if we were to put this into perspective in the timelines, all this going on was essentially the downfall of the clone. The entire Shadow campaign was essentially the Clone Wars. They were playing us against each other behind the scenes the entire time. And the Capitol Hill was essentially, let's say they were Trump supporters. Let's say QAnon. Let's say whatever you want to say they were. Either way, they went and stormed the Capitol. Either way, that's more equivalent to the Jedi trying to go arrest Sidious without any real proof and just trying to seem an extrajudicial assassination. Sure, we know what was going on, but everybody else, not so much. Easy to spin a narrative that left a democracy scarred and disformed. And immediately after the Capitol Hill riots, you saw massive deplatforming. Trump, everybody, right of center was deplatformed or muzzled. Even progressives try to get censored because of it. Seems like Order 66 just happened, and now, because they have secured their win, they have to brag about it. Just like Emperor Palpatine would. But other than that, they even point out the fact that Trump was right about the election being rigged. I'm not saying it. The Time magazine is saying that Trump was right. But at the same time, it still says that to the president, something felt amiss. It was all very strange, Trump said on December 2nd. Within days after the election, we witnessed an orchestrated amount to anoint the winner, even while many key states were still being counted. In other words, the game was rigged from the start. Oh well, I rambled on long enough. I got my thoughts about this to Star Wars, because quite frankly, if anybody were to write a book about this, Disney would be suing. Oh well. I guess this is all for today. Solo, over and out.
So this is how liberty dies. With thunderous applause.